Hey nerdlings, Nick Lotus84 back with another episode of Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club with UltimateCarl.
Yo.
And when we last left off, Hana was missing one of her textbooks, and she went to the library to check out a copy, and she saw a Normal Boots guy behind the counter. Oh, the intimidation! She briefly considered running away, as we last saw.
Can I help you?
Too late. Yeah? The school forgot to give me one of my textbooks. I was told I could get it here.
Which one is it?
The History 309 textbook. He stepped from behind the counter and motioned for me to follow.
With his free hand, because he never lets go of his glasses.
I wonder if one side's broken or something.
You can't see that part. So.
Yeah, so maybe he's got like not quite a monocle, but I don't know. We dodged between the aisles in comfortable silence. He seemed friendly enough. I should say something. What was his name again? Oops, I didn't mean to look at the diary, but
I need to check my notes.
Whoops.
What was his name?
What was his name?
Phoenix, right?
He seemed friendly enough. I should say something. What was his name again? Shane? Gerard? John? No, Satch.
Huh?
Oh, you work here? Ugh. Of course he worked here. Duh, Hana. He chuckled, dimples appearing in his cheeks.
Yeah, I'm the librarian's assistant. It's my second year and I love it. I get to help people find books that speak to them.
His eyes twinkled like a kid's on Christmas.
Your book's right down here.
He stopped at a row of thick, dusty books. Was this all history? And pulled out the book with the powder-wigged man I saw earlier. Thanks. He waved his hand.
It was nothing. Do you need help with anything else?
I wanted to make a good impression on the Normal Boots Club, but I couldn't come up with anything. No. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Copacetic, Satch said. I love that. As we headed back through the cavernous library, my unease melted away. We weren't talking, but just being near him felt like being wrapped in a soft blanket. I resisted the urge to snuggle up to him. Is he like an opposite of a Dementor?
Yes. I just want like a psychopath playthrough where she just does anything like this. Like at the beginning she actually just barfs on Jared, and then here she just starts cuddling this dude she just met.
Yeah. Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, okay, Jared sparkles. Apparently Satch has Jasper's powers where he can control people's emotions and calm them down. Wow, okay, so now I'm starting to think that the Normal Boots Club might be a coven. We neared the front desk, stepping around a clump of studying students. As we passed, one of them shifted. Eh? Something...
Eh?
Yeah, the stereotypical Japanese anime. Something white flew past my face.
Oh.
Out of context, so bad. A thick piece of triangular paper lay at my feet. I bent over and picked it up. Get your mind out of the gutter. It was just a paper airplane. It was surprisingly heavy. There was a quarter
I think it's paper
inside
football.
Of it. Maybe. All I know is that this is some dramatic music for this. It was surprisingly heavy. There was a quarter inside of it. Maybe they just wanted to give her some money. Maybe they were like, "You're cool. Have a tip."
You're poor. Here you go.
Oh, God. If it was just a hair slower, it would have hit me in the face. The students snickered, and I recognized the boys that made fun of my hair this morning among them. My heart dropped. I scanned my memory for anything I might have done to offend them, but came up with nothing. My hand started to shake. I hid it behind my back, trying to think of some way to defend myself. Why did you do that?
Eh? What do you mean? Eh? We were just messing around. I think I just said it before that tall boy is Kuwabara.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting we did it on purpose, Urameshi?
I faltered. There was nothing I could say. I was outnumbered. They would twist my words around no matter how straightforward I was. Or at least I'm gonna convince myself they'll do that because I am so just ridiculously, crushingly anxious.
And they are, like, needlessly antagonistic bullies.
Of course.
In fiction, so.
Yep. No, sorry. One of the boys held his hand out for the paper. I inched closer to give it to him, angry at myself for being so compliant. I wish I were...
An Oscar Mayer wiener.
A gentle warmth closed over my hand and took the paper from me. Satch examined the paper closely.
I see what the problem is. Your aim would be better if you cut the corners before you folded it.
He placed the paper on the table. The boy looked at him in sheer awe.
Be careful, though. You almost hit her, and that would have been awful.
My hands began to sweat as panic shifted through me, afraid of the response, but...
Geez, we're sorry. We'll be careful next time. Yeah, it was an accident.
They apologized?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
He gave them a wide smile and continued off down the aisles. I followed closely behind, my legs weak. Don't tell me they stopped because of him, simply because I was with him? I wanted to thank him, but my heart was pounding so hard I knew my voice would shake. We reached the front counter and he scanned the history book. My lips trembled as I willed myself to say something, anything to thank him. He tilted his head to the side.
What books do you like to read?
Oh, fiction? He chuckled.
I just finished a good book. I think it'd be right up your alley, if you don't mind me saying so, even though I know nothing about you.
He reached under the counter, pulled out a thick green book, and passed it to me. Oh man, it must be something special if it's underneath the counter. Risque. A man in black stood on the front, hugging a woman in royal robes.
It's long, but it's one of my favorites. The Princess Betrothed. I get it.
Well, yeah, everybody loves that. So, of course he knew it was going to be up Hana's alley. I always thought that term sounded dirty.
Alright. I know things can be tough transferring to a new school. If you're ever worried, just read this. It'll transport you 100 miles away in a second.
Tears stung my eyes, so I ducked my head. Thank you, Satch. For more than just the books.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I got your name.
My name is Hana Mizuno. I'm a transfer student.
Well, so nice to meet you, Hana. Let me know how you like the book.
I will. That couldn't have gone better. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy, refreshing. Like being doused in the mist of a waterfall.
Wow.
Oh gosh, what was I thinking?
Yeah, she's getting wet here.
Gosh. We're not going after him, Hana. Stop it. My cheeks hot, I left the library, two surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Mai was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of a notebook. Every few minutes, she released a long, drawn-out sigh as the lead of her pencil whined against the paper. I lowered my book and took the bait. Is something wrong, Mai? She let out another dreary sigh.
I hope Senpai notices me this year.
Does Jared know you like him? Mai whirled around in feigned shock.
What?
I don't like Jared.
Oh? Closed my book and set it aside, deciding to play along. Well, have you at least tried talking to him?
No. I mean, that's not how tsunderes work.
Why don't you try again? She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this like it never crossed her mind before.
Yeah, maybe I could do that.
Satisfied, I picked my book back up.
Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hana?
What?
Or a girlfriend.
You want one?
Huh? Me? No, never.
Really? Never?
Never.
I bet you 10,000 yen that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year. Because that's what kind of game this is.
That sounds like the layout of our plot. You're crazy. I buried my face back in my book, barring Mai from any further discussion. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting kind of girl, I'd take that bet. I awoke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat. Mai was already up, shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. The first day of school.
Hana, you're finally awake.
Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person.
It's time for the first day of school. Aren't you excited? I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
What do you mean? Is something special happening today?
Something always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you.
Fourth wall breaking again. She
Gotta
winked.
have blue hair.
She winked. Someone like me?
You know what I mean.
She smiled and started messing with a pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled my uniform out of my closet. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home?
Hana got some sweaty palms, like
She does.
just about every scene that comes up.
And her knees wobble.
Mom's spaghetti.
What if the problem wasn't actually the school, and she's got some dark past that she keeps referring to?
Well, I think her mom was Sadako. She made her those paper cranes.
Oh, snap. I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform.
Oh,
What is it?
you look so kawaii.
Really?
Sugoi.
He crept up my neck.
Yes, completely. Your hair matches your uniform so well. Mine looks like a chipmunk with that portrait.
A chipette, maybe?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cute. It's
Brittany!
That's what I think of. You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground.
Thank you. Water stung the back of my eyes, and I turned to start packing my backpack. Why was I getting worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy. How dumb was that? I started crying at the first sign of someone being nice to me. I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. You're so sing-songy.
Yep.
What an oddly menacing
Yes, it was menacing.
It was thud. It was menacing. All the air left my lungs.
Beavis.
All the air left my lungs as something like horse hooves slammed against my back. Irk!
You'll do just fine. Don't worry, this is gonna be awesome.
I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you?
Huh?
Mai stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow she had the strength of a bodybuilder. Yep, she's a tsundere, all right. Nothing. I was just about to zip my bag up when I spotted the book Satch gave me lying on my nightstand. The Princess Betrothed. He said if I ever needed to be transported somewhere far away, I could take it with me. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case I had no one to talk to between class periods. Would I need it for my first day of class? And we will decide whether to take Satch's book with us on the next episode. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you soon.
Peace.